Hey there guys, today I'll be bringing you a video showing you how to build a micro Lego 772-200. Now, as you can see, this is in Delta Airlines livery, but since I know that a lot of you won't end up building this, since it is a pretty demanding build, I figured I would just show off the key features of the plane, so that way you don't have to search through the video and try and find the completed build. Now, as you can see, I have some flaps back here. Of course, this is a completely optional part to the build. They are pretty delicate, but I really liked the way that turned out. I figured it was to scale as well. Now I've got very large engines on this thing. Now at the wrong angles, it can look pretty wonky, but on the real aircraft they've got high bypass engines, which means they're larger and they move a lot more air versus compressed air. Compare these engines to the engines of a 737-200 and you know what I'm talking about. You can see that the fuselage is nicely rounded, and I think that all of the angles and the slopes of it fit quite nicely to the build. Enjoy! Alright, now getting into the build of this, we will start with the wing. So as you can see here, this is what the completed product will look like. You can see that's what the flaps will end up looking like underneath. We've got this. Now the flaps here are completely optional. You don't need to do that if you like the less cluttered look. But we will connect the wings through this piece. Now as you can see, it is a 2x4 blue piece with a piece along here that is smooth in the center. Now this is something that you need to have. It has to have a gap there, unfortunately. If you don't have that piece, then it won't work. And you can see just what I have done with the rest of that. Now this will connect onto the wing like this, but we will continue to build the rest of it by taking a slanted piece like this, a flat 1x3, a 1x6 piece behind that, and you will just simply put a claw piece, one brick in, and you'll take one of these pieces and set it on one of the half studs. So you've got the full circle right there. It goes on that one right after this. Now you'll take this slanted piece, you'll put just a single dot piece right there, along with another clamp that bends this direction, and on this you'll put a piece like that. Now you also need a piece like this for it to work correctly. Now this will connect on the third piece in from the end, so you count in 1, 2, 3, it'll be on the third. Now this offset stud allows you to pivot this just to the actual sweep up and back, how you would like it. Now I believe that this looks as close as you will get it, so since you have these pieces on, you can take a great piece like this, and that can set in like that. Now this is usually a pretty fragile piece compared to all the other parts of the plane, so you just have to be careful with that. Now, setting that piece aside, we will go to the engine. So this is just simply built with a piece like this that has studs all the way around. Let's zoom in for this so you can really see how this is built. There we go. Now you're just going to get a bunch of flat blue pieces, and you'll line that around the outside. So you can see that I have two flat blue pieces right here. That will go on that, press it all the way forward. You'll put a gray dot like this on the bottom of it. Now on top of this, you'll just have a single blue piece along with a one dot like that. And now you'll take a brick with an offset stud like this. You'll put a claw facing up, and that will connect just like this. Then if you have another flat blue piece, you'd put that on the bottom, but in my case, I have a piece like this and it works just fine. So you're now able to take this and you can clamp it to the wing. I'll show you how you can do that now once I refocus the camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. Now with this, you'd want to angle it inward a little bit. You see I'm going to put it right on the edge of that piece right there. Here you can see how the flaps fell off, saying they're a bit fragile. They will stay on. They don't just set on, they'll stay on upside down. But with this, you'll want to angle the engine in just about that much. Now, of course, you do the same thing with the other wing, just mirrored. Now I'll kind of let you see it for a little bit so you can tell how it goes together, but it's the exact same as the other wing. Now we'll set all those pieces aside, and we'll start to build the fuselage. Now this is a very, I don't know, it's a pretty complex piece to build. I'll just go through the stages, showing you what the different things actually are. But you can see that I have a 1x4 right here, and another 1x4. A single one piece, a 1x4, and a 1x2. You can have any combination you'd like. You could have a 1x8 here, a 1x6, and just a one piece right there, as long as they all link up. And then you have another piece right here that is on the 7th one in from this end. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the 7th. Now on top of that, you have a gray piece right here. Now this is going to be just one longer than this. Well, right here, I have a 1x10 gray piece, then a 1x6. And on top of it, I have a 1x10, or a 1x12 and a 1x4. Just any combination, again, to get you that high up. Now, on top of this, this is where it gets pretty complicated. You are going to just get an absolute arsenal of pieces with side studs facing out. Now, if you have pieces with studs on both sides, that is ideal. That's what you want to shoot for. But if not, you can take these pieces and alternate them so that they face opposite directions. You can see this one faces that direction, this one faces the other direction, and you'll just alternate as you go down. Now, in the end, you're going to want to have pieces that have studs on both sides. Now, right here, I have connected a single one piece, a 1x3, a 1x4, and then another one piece. There's really no way for me to explain this well. You're just going to have to observe it and build it from the video. So you'll leave a 3 gap right here. You'll put a 1x3, a 1x4, and a 1x6. Again, any combination of that will work. Now we will flesh out the sides so that it starts to look sort of rounded. So in order to do that, you'll build this piece, which is the nose. You have a 1x4 piece, just a black piece here, but I have painted it black because I couldn't find a black one. But right here, you see it's just like one stud sticking out the side with a round piece on the end, and one gray piece that will fit right on the front right here. You can kind of see how that builds a roundness to the nose. Now, you will take a 1x8 piece, you will put an offset piece. Here, how can we best show this? Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see just what I'm doing. You'll take this piece, you'll set it in like that, and this is a piece with one stud on the side. That will go right behind this. Now this, once I zoom out, this is what will line up with the actual cockpit nose area. That will seat in right there. But before you do that, you're going to want to take a flat white piece like this, get another flat white piece. You can see that's the same as the other side there. You'll get two pieces like this that will be sticking out the side, and then a flat piece. This is going to be the exact same on the opposite side. Now, you'll just take an angled back piece like this, and that will kind of line this whole thing up to give it some more accurate curves. Then you will take this piece, which is a 1x8, that will stick right up there in the front, and then a 1x6, and that will connect on the back like that. This you'll have to line up like that. You can see on the other side it is the exact same thing. You can have it alternating bricks for the side studs here. You can have it alternate on the way back, but the last couple, they need to be doubled, otherwise this piece wouldn't line up. Now, to build the horizontal stabilizer, it is very straightforward. 1x3 piece, along with a tail, just like this. That'll seat right on the end, like that. Now for the vertical stabilizer, this one is also very straightforward. These little angled pieces, of course, are 3 tall. I have them back to back. Now, I've just put a combination of red here. Although the color is optional, I've done Delta Airlines, and this is the closest I could match to Delta's livery with the pieces I had. Now right here, I have a 1x2 and another 1x2 on top. Then you'll take a piece like this, slant that back. This part is pretty straightforward as well. But this will clamp in, just like that if you get it sideways, and then land it straight. You can angle it back just a tad, and then it will seat in to here, just like that, and it's, starting to look like a plane now. So once you have this, you'll now be able to take this piece, you'll be able to line the whole aircraft up. Now, aligning this can be pretty difficult, so I'll go over that soon. Alright, so I have figured out that the best way to connect the wings in this case would be to connect one first, as you can see. Now this piece will line up like this. So you have the back piece, the flat 1x6, but that will connect on the corner of the angled piece. Now you'll do this with both sides. You'll connect it like that. You'll want to angle it at about a degree like that. Now this will sit in right behind that blue stud right there. And it will fit in just like that. Your airplane is pretty much complete. Now I just got to put the flaps back in, which of course are probably the most delicate part of the plane, and they fall out very easily. So, of course, while you're building, this is probably the piece you want to put on last. I put it on during the build so that way you could really understand where the different pieces went. But once I've put them in, this is exactly what it will look like. Now, like you saw in the beginning of the video, you've got a pretty good idea of what this thing looks like. But it's got very big engines, high bypass engines, move a lot more air versus compressed air. But I just really like the angles of everything. I think that the wings, of course, you can sweep those back to just how the real plane would be. And of course, airline, you can adjust that to whatever airline you would like. Just alter the colors of the bricks. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll be bringing more soon.